बांग्लादेश में देख रहे हो ना, तो वो गलतियां यहां नहीं होनी चाहिए। कटेंगे तो कटेंगे, एक रहेंगे तो नेक रहेंगे।
गाय हाथ से मारा गाय हाथ से मारा गाय हाथ से मार लगे।
एक है तो एक है तो एक है तो
So Yogi Adityanath, ladies and gentlemen, was spot on because he read what a lot of people was, not able to not just read. They called this communal, they called this divisive. They said Yogi Adityanath wants to divide us, and that is the reason why he said batenge to katenge. But look at how important that clarion call is when it really comes to the situation in Bangladesh. On your screens, we'll put our images now, not just from Bangladesh, but also from Sambal in Uttar Pradesh. Now, if you're wondering what is the connection, right from the Prime Minister to the RSS chief, everyone has said it's important for us as a country to stay united. It is important for all of us to be united, and only then can we be safe. Ek hai to safe hai is what Prime Minister Modi said. Batenge to katenge is what Yogi Adityanath said. But those people who called out Yogi Adityanath, who called out the Prime Minister, are the same ones, and notice this very, very carefully, who are shedding tears today for these rioters, who are carrying patthar, who are carrying bricks against the cops in Sambal, against a court-mandated survey. And they are the same people who have finger on their lips, complete silence when it comes to targeting of Hindus in Bangladesh. Remember, Hindus earlier were also targeted in Canada. A lot of them remain quiet because clearly that for them is not their vote bank. But Hinduphobia, ladies and gentlemen, is real. And if anyone says that Hindus are more tolerant, yes, Hindus are more tolerant. But how can you be tolerant, and for how long can you be tolerant if your temples are attacked? If your homes are attacked, if your homes are burned down, if you have people, despite the fact that you have a court-mandated survey, who do not believe in the rule of the law of the country, who are willing to take up stones and bricks and almost anything, violence and arson, when you also have the court saying go ahead and do a survey. But who really are these netas who have a problem with Hindus getting united? Who are those who believe that Hinduphobia is absolutely nothing, it is just fiction? They must open their eyes and look at these images on our screens, and that is why we say what's happened in Sambal, what's happening in Bangladesh, and what Yogi Adityanath predicted exactly 3 months ago, August the 26th, and today is November the 26th. So Yogi Adityanath gave us that warning. He warned Hindus कि अगर आप बढ़ जाएंगे तो आप कटेंगे, आप safe नहीं रह पाएंगे. What the Prime Minister also said. That slogan, remember, is the war cry today in the country, and that has been proven by the election results of both Maharashtra and Jharkhand. Is Bangladesh now the next test for batenge to katenge? Listen into our top responses and the voices also. And before we do that, I want to get you our top 5 questions. These are questions, again, that I think a lot of these netas, when you ask them, you will figure out whether they really care for Hindus, whether they really care for all of us or not. Batenge to katenge wasn't Yogi Adityanath first up exactly spot on, 100% spot on when he made this clarion call way back in August. This brings us to our second question now that's going to go up on your screens. Hindus are under attack in Bangladesh. And remember, we cannot sugarcoat this. Hindus are under attack in Dhaka right now. So is it ek hai to safe hai? The real need of the hour. If you want to stay safe, you have to be united. You have to speak as one. This brings us to our third question now that's going to go up on your screens. Is batenge to katenge still communal, divisive, against secularism? For Rahul Gandhi, for Akhilesh Yadav, for the entire India Alliance, who had a problem with this. Musalman ek saath ho jaiye, no dikkat. But Hindus ek saath ho jaiye, that is communal. This brings us to our next question again that's going to go up on your screens. tears for the Sambal writers. Akhilesh Yadav says that I am concerned because the cops are targeting people. But he does not speak about the fact that who really are these writers, who armed them, who gave them stones, who gave them bricks. Why were they hitting out at the cops? They also shed tears for Gaza. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, who now is an MP, she's written multiple tweets on Gaza. But when it comes to Hindu genocide, whether that is against the Kashmiri Pandits, whether that is what was happening in Canada, in Brampton, remember a lot of those mandirs came under attack, to what's been happening in Bangladesh, absolute radio silence. So let that radio silence also tell you where do these netas stand on this real burning issue. To our final question now, that's going to go up on your screens. Is it time, ladies and gentlemen, to unite against global Hinduphobia? Because, there are some people who will still want to tell us that Hinduphobia is nothing. Hinduphobia is fiction. They must look around the globe. The country today is safe because we are एक है तो safe है. हम नहीं बट रहे हैं. But then, across the globe, when you look at this, is this going to be the new war cry? I will also say good evening to our panel of guests joining us. Let's say good evening to Sharad Trivedi, who's the BJP's spokesperson with us. We also have Ratan Shardaji, who's a noted author. He's also a thinker of the RSS and has some very, very strong opinion on the entire issue. We also have T.R. Prasad Gaura, who represents the Congress, and Mr. Hassan Chand, who represents the Samajwadi Party. We are also waiting for Dr. Suman C. Raman to join us in just a moment. फखरुल हसन चंद जी, अब मुझे ये बताइए, आप ये तस्वीरें देखते हैं, चाहे वो संबल की बात हो, चाहे बांग्लादेश की बात हो, आपको लगता है कि जरूरी है कि हिंदूज एक साथ रहे, हिंदूज यूनाइटेड रहे, क्योंकि एक है तो ही सेफ है?
दीप्ति जी, मुझे लगता है कि भारतीय एक साथ रहने चाहिए और सबकी जो नागरिकता है वो भारतीय है। हिंदू, मुसलमान, सिख, ईसाई सब भारतीय हैं। भारतीय एक रहना चाहिए, हिंदू मुसलमान अलग नहीं रहना चाहिए, या हिंदू एक रहे मुसलमान एक रहे, ये नहीं। ये देश नहीं है, ये देश गांधी जी का है, ये देश बाबा साहब का, ये देश सद्दे मुलायम सिंह यादव जी का है, जिनका सबका एक ही संदेश था कि हम भारतीय हैं, हम एक। बांग्लादेश में जो कुछ भी हो रहा है, समाजवादी पार्टी ने पहले ही कहा कि उसकी जितनी निंदा की जाए कम है। भारत की सरकार का, क्योंकि हम राजनीतिक दल हैं, हमारी लोकतांत्रिक जिम्मेदारी हिंदुस्तान की जनता की है। जो देश की हमारी सरकार है उसकी जिम्मेदारी है बांग्लादेश में जो कुछ भी हो रहा है, दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण हो रहा है, उसका अपनी जो
उसके लिए जिम्मेदार कौन है? जिम्मेदार कौन है, आपको क्या लगता है?
नहीं, मुझे तो स्पष्ट रूप से लगता है कि बांग्लादेश की सरकार जिम्मेदार है। जहां अत्याचार होगा, किसी पे भी हो, अगर वो अत्याचार अल्पसंख्यकों पे बांग्लादेश में हो रहा है तो उसके लिए स्पष्ट तौर पे बांग्लादेश की सरकार जिम्मेदार है। और
देखिए, मुझे नहीं समझ आता फखरुल हसन चंद जी, अगर हिंदूज पे अटैक होता है तो मतलब क्यों इतनी दबी जुबान में आप लोग बोलते हैं? राइटर्स के खिलाफ आपकी पूरी मतलब कहा जाता है कि सहानुभूति है। जो हाथ में पत्थर उठा ले, जो हाथ में ब्रिक्स उठा ले, ईंट उठा ले, आसन कर ले, वायलेंस कर ले, उससे कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती आप लोगों को। लेकिन यहाँ पर जब हिंदूज अंडर अटैक होते हैं तो आप लोगों को इतनी दिक्कत होती है बोलने में कि वाकई में हिंदूज को टारगेट किया जा रहा है।
नहीं, कहीं भी अल्पसंख्यकों को टारगेट किया जाए, चाहे वो बांग्लादेश में किया जाए या हिंदुस्तान में किया जाए,
यही गलती है, यही गलती है। एग्जैक्टली माय पॉइंट। नहीं, एग्जैक्टली ये पॉइंट है। देखिए, आपका सोच हो सकता है। नहीं, सुनिए, नहीं, फखरुल हसन चंद जी, आप ये कहते हैं कि देश में मुसलमान खतरे में है। कहाँ खतरे में है, मुझे ये बताइए ना। आप बार बार ये नैरेटिव लेकर जाते हैं और इलेक्शन में वोटर्स आपको बूथ पे समझा देते हैं कि कोई खतरे में नहीं है। हिंदू मुसलमान में आप लोग बांटते हैं ना सर, आप लोग बांटते हैं, गलती आपकी है।
देखिए दीप्ति जी, शायद आपने प्रधानमंत्री जी का वो वक्तव्य संसद में खड़े होकर जरूर सुना होगा, जिसमें प्रधानमंत्री जी कह रहे थे कि मुझसे बड़ा ओबीसी कौन है। तो आप तब सवाल क्यों नहीं पूछते हैं? हाँ, उसके बाद जब दूसरी बार जब जाति जनगणना की बात आई तो कहा गया कि दो ही जातियां हैं,
अब आप देखिए, मैं क्या बात कर रही हूँ, आप जातियों पे ले गए हैं, क्योंकि वही बात है ना, आप सबको डिवाइड कर देंगे।
नहीं, आप अपने वर्ड हमारे मुंह में नहीं डाल सकती।
नहीं, आप मुझे बताइए, आपको क्या दिक्कत है अगर आप ये चीज एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं कर पा रहे हैं कि हिंदूज भी विक्टिम्स हो सकते हैं? आप ये नहीं मान सकते ना
भाई,
हिंदूज भी विक्टिम हो सकते हैं।
नहीं, बाबा साहब के संविधान में हर उस जिसपे भी जुल्म होगा, चाहे वो हिंदू हो, मुसलमान हो, सिख हो, जैन हो, ईसाई हो या किसी भी धर्म का मानने वाला ना हो, बाबा साहब के संविधान में, बाबा साहब के देश में किसी पे भी जुल्म होगा तो जो समाजवादी
अरे
पार्टी
उस
का
संविधान
लोकतांत्रिक
में,
अधिकार
उसी
है,
संविधान में सर कोर्ट्स आते हैं ना, कोर्ट ने एक सर्वे का आदेश दिया, उसके बाद आप लोगों ने देखा किस तरह की हिंसा हुई, उसका क्यों समाजवादी पार्टी के लोगों के साथ अब रिश्ता आ रहा है?
उसी पे आ जाता हूँ दीप्ति जी। देखिए, जो संविधान है वो नेचुरल जस्टिस की बात करता है, और अगर पढ़ा हो किसी ने नेचुरल जस्टिस क्या होता, मैं एक समय एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकता। जो नेचुरल जस्टिस होता है उसमें दोनों पक्षों को सुन के कोई भी आदेश दिया जाता है।
कमाल है, तो आप उसको जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं ना, यही बात होती है कि आप उसको जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं। आई वांट टू गेट इट मिस्टर गौड़ा, ठीक है रुकिए, आप रुकिएगा सर। देखिए मैंने आपसे कई बार वही सवाल पूछा, जवाब वही आता है हर बार। लेट मी सी इफ योर फ्रेंड्स इन द कांग्रेस आर एनी डिफरेंट। मैं आऊंगी सर आपके पास, बाकी पैनलिस्ट है वो आपकी बात सुन रहे हैं, प्लीज औरों को भी सुनते हैं। मिस्टर गौड़ा, do you believe that Hindus are under attack across the globe, and we as a country need to stay united? We need to stand with our brothers and sisters who are Hindus who are across the globe now? Or you believe this is a fit time to raise finger at Narendra Modi क्योंकि भाई योगी ने, मोदी ने ही बटेंगे तो कटेंगे का नारा दिया था और उसी से दिक्कत होती है?
Madam, on humanitarian grounds, when our people are under attack, we need to stay united. You need to stay united. We need to give them a support. See, of course, we are celebrating Constitution Day. Constitution Day, that is Republic of India.
Yes.
That we are secular. We are secular. That means in this country, who lives on this in our country, everybody should have equal right. That means if Hindus are under attack, we need to support Hindus. If Muslims are under attack, we need to support Muslims, because
but do you accept, sir, that Hindus can also be victims? Do you accept that Hinduphobia is real? Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi have not said a word about what's going on in Bangladesh. I mean, look at these images. They are so unsettling.
Bangladesh, of course, if in Bangladesh, our Hindus are under problem. Yes, of course.
Not problem. They are under attack. This is not a problem. This is under attack.
We of course we need to be stay united, and we have to give them a support, moral support. That is
so
there.
Why is Rahul Gandhi quiet? Why is Priyanka Gandhi quiet? Has the Congress extended even some bit of moral support to our friends, to our brothers and sisters right now in Bangladesh?
No, I'm not aware of all those things, but it is my statement. When on humanitarian grounds, even Hindus are also equally. If Hindus are under attack, of course, we should show concern for them also. And,
Mr. Gowda, sir, I hate to do this.
Madam,
I hate to do this, but Ratan Sharda.
Do not take it to
No, I'll tell you what the problem is.
Politicize,
when it happens in Gaza, Priyanka Gandhi is quick to tweet about it. Fine.
Have you asked?
She can tweet about anything she wants.
Madam,
but when it happens next door in Bangladesh, the Congress takes the longest time to realize, oh, there is even a problem because these are Hindus. Priyanka Gandhi says not a single word about this, Mr. Gowda, and that is the hypocrisy. Sumant, can you defend it, Sumant? Before I get in Ratan and also Sharadji.
First of all, my point of view is very simple. All Indians should be united. I don't, like this kind of dividing society, which unfortunately the BJP sort of seems to do on communal lines. Some other parties do on caste lines.
Why don't you name those parties,
it is a
Sumant?
very unfortunate
You name the
situation.
BJP, name the other parties who are wanting to divide on the basis of caste.
I mean, there are most of the political parties use caste in some form or the other because they always put candidates belonging to the dominant caste in those constituencies where that caste has got a large proportion of voters. So every single party that way is guilty of trying to divide people on the basis of caste. Now, what happened? Mandal Commission came. It was an answer to Mandal Commission that, the Mandir movement was adopted by the BJP at that point of time, big time. So it was to counter a caste consolidation of OBCs that the religious card was played. So let's be very clear, Deepthi. What we need is unity among all Indians. And sadly, we don't see that being, spoken about anywhere. We are only saying Hindu Katre mein hai. Hindus have to unite.
Sumant,
As if the rest of
if you
India
look at
does
the
not need to
images,
unite.
if you look at the images that have come in from Bangladesh, do you think Hindu khatre mein hai ya nahi hai?
Look, minorities are under attack in Bangladesh. There is no doubt. They have been under attack in Pakistan for the last 50 years. They are under attack in several countries where
So this is
their
normal.
rights need to
Sumant,
be
is this
protected.
normal?
It is not normal. It should be condemned in the strong. The Indian government has already taken up the issue. In fact, even today there was a statement from the MEA.
Correct.
So I don't understand this whole.
But
logic.
where is the opposition? Why does the opposition
can
lose its
we-
voice when the minority is a Hindu? That's what I'm asking, Sumant. They lose
Look,
their voice.
No, let me make it very clear. Whether it is a Hindu or whether it is a Christian or whether it is a Muslim, any minority anywhere who is under attack should get the support of every single right-thinking person, whether it is in the ruling party or the opposition. I would certainly expect the Congress party to come out and say that they at least express concern over the condition of minorities.
But even that has not happened. Even that, Sumant, has not happened so far. Mr. Gowda is sitting here and he can vouch for it. The Congress has said absolutely nothing about what's going on. Now, Ratan Sharda ji, what is the problem, sir? Is Hinduphobia still a fiction when it comes to leaders like Rahul Gandhi, Akhilesh Yadav? Because for them, this is a pseudo-secularism, that they want to champion all the time.
When you refuse to name Hindus, instead you start using word minority and try to be even-handed about Hindus as being one of the people who are being persecuted, you are in a denial mode. Why Priyanka doesn't speak? Because her constituency is Wayanad, where she has won because of the Muslim vote. Let us have no qualm about it in saying this. And the people who say that jiska saath bhi galat hoga usme baat karenge, see, already forgotten Kashmiris now. We don't have Kashmiri Hindus. Can we remember that in Malda the riots took place? It was a majority Muslim area, and the government kept quiet. The entire area was sealed for 3 days before the burned police station was repainted. Are you saying that's not true? So when in Sambal something goes wrong, the minorities can hit the street, start pelting stones, store the stones in their homes, in the terraces. But Hindus must go to court. Hindus should not protest. Hindus should not use strong language. And in Tamil Nadu, Mr. Sumant, Hindus have been slammed in the name of Brahminism for years together, and there has been no outcry. You have this, you talk of constitution, but does this violence justify? It's very clear that for the Maulvis and people who are leading the poor minority of India, the biggest second majority of India, into believing they are under threat, because for them, Constitution is a fig leaf. It can be used and thrown away as soon as they are able to implement Sharia. So every kind of law, whether it's triple talaq, whether it's dignity of women, whether it's uniform civil code, they want uniform civil code. In criminal code, they don't want the uniform civil code. So this cherry picking and refusing to listen to Constitution. What is the Sambal violence for? Was it a court order? But there's not a threat. There are videos even now on the street.
Correct.
Last week, I was in a program where a Congress leader who is also a poet, he's the person who I just saw one of his poems very openly exhorts the Muslims to kill 4 or 5 before anybody hits them. Is anybody attacking Hindus or Muslims? No, they are not. If they are showing intolerance to any kind of change, and gentleman talks about Modi ji. When did Modi say that I am also an OBC? When you people try to imply that BJP is against constitution, BJP is destroying constitution, BJP is against reservation. You talk of Mandir, Mr. Sumant Raman, you forget that Mandir movement started much earlier. It had nothing to do with the BJP going with it or not. Is it not true that it was going for last 500? It is not true that Ram Mandir's movement launched somewhere 1984. So don't try to equate. Don't try to create a sense of, even-handedness. You can talk of unity when you talk even-handed with every community. For you, when something happens to minorities, your heart bleeds. You talk of Palestine, which is not part of India, but you cannot speak of Bangladesh because outside India. So let us be honest. The Muslims of this country have been misled by this very secularist, the same party who tried to release terrorists in UP. The person is sitting here only because of High Court they could not release.
You know, Ratan Shardaji, you have made such fantastic points that I think whether it is Sumant, whether it is Fakhrul Hasan Chanji or T.R. Prasad Gowda, they should just introspect. Because, you know, देश सबसे बनता है ना, देश हिंदू और मुसलमान को आप बांट देंगे, जातियों में लोगों को बांट देंगे, उससे किसी का भला नहीं होता. And we've seen this. The results in Maharashtra and the results have proven time and again also, Sharat Trivedi ji, that अब बटेंगे तो कटेंगे is the nation's mood. ये भारत का mood है. What would you want to say today to the entire opposition? And also, what are we doing as a country for what's been happening in Bangladesh, Sharat ji?
Fix this problem of Muslims being in danger in India. Muslims are flying in the planes of Indian Air Force from Afghanistan to India. They are coming from Pakistan to India. They are coming from Bangladesh to India, and they are coming as Rohingyas from Burma. And India mein Musalman khatre mein hai. So if he is so much in khatra, why are these people walking in? Our opposition should at least open their offices in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Burma and all these places and tell them how scary the place India is for the Muslims. Bilkul nahi aana chahiye India mein. And we are dealing with a party which says Osama bin Laden ji. Muslims have not said it. It is the problem of our secular front. Hafiz Sahab is not being claimed by any Muslim leader. It is our secular front which is calling Hafiz Sahab and Osama bin Laden ji. We had, when we were united, we were the most powerful nation on earth. When we got divided, we became a colony. Persian Empire, the Darius Empire was the most powerful from the western borders of India to Saudi Arabia. There are only 40,000 Parsis living in India. We are facing a genocide in Bangladesh, but that is a problem. That is not a genocide. That is a problem. And Jews are facing a genocide in Gaza. They have been spending copious tears on them. Please give one tear to these people. Akhilesh ji rattled out the name of 4 people who were from the Vishesh Samaj. There was no problem. We are also equally hurt and equally concerned about it.
Yes,
but
that's the point.
Does he know the name of a single police officer because he comes from the Faltu Samaj? Nobody talks about it because that is not kosher.
But Sharat ji, hasn't the voter this time decided decisively? I just have limited time, Mr. Gowda, because you do represent the Congress, sir. I really want to ask you, in your Mohabbat ki dukaan, is there any space for Hindus? Any space for Hindus, sir? The majority community? Or you believe ki Hindu vote to haath se nikal hi gaya hai? Let's focus only and only on being a Muslim-centric party.
You are trying to mislead the whole country.
So you can lead us, sir. Rahul Gandhi can lead us. Rahul Gandhi is okay with accepting support from the All India Muslim Personal Law Board. Did Rahul Gandhi say, I do not need this support? He didn't say that.
Allow me to talk.
Yes.
Mohabbat ki dukaan. We have opened the Mohabbat ki dukaan. But okay, it is for each and every person in the country who lives in our country. We are all should be protected. Whether it is Hindu, whether it is Jain or Buddhist, Christian, Muslim,
what about our Hindu brothers and sisters, sir, in Bangladesh? I'm asking you this question again.
Why do you try to provoke the minds of Hindus?
Provoke? What are you saying?
I myself.
You know, Ratan Shardaji, they like when Hindus are quiet. You know, temples can be attacked, we remain quiet.
Exactly.
They are okay with this.
Simple question. I will not get into that.
Yes.
Just tell me whether Sambal violence, the so-called minority was responsible or not.
You want to respond to that, Mr. Gowda? Just about 5 seconds before we close.
I don't want to, muddle the waters. I just want to know clear answer.
What is the question?
Who was responsible for this violence in Sambal?
The so-called minorities were responsible for the Sambal violence. Did they break the constitution by not allowing court authorities to work?
No, madam. Violence,
yes,
whoever do the violence, if Muslims do the violence, I will not say to protect them. If Hindus do the violence, I will never say protect them.
You generalize it. You generalize it because there is so much of discomfort in naming, people who are nothing but rioters. You see their religion. That is the problem. The law does not operate like that. फकरुल हसन चांजी, समय बिल्कुल खत्म हो गया. But thank you so much to all of you gentlemen for, speaking on what's going on. We'll continue to track that story. We head into a very quick break. On the other side, back with more.